Pixel. What the fuck it is? 9 out of 15. Ooh, my shave is so close. Wow. Baby soft skin. 14 out of 15. One of the channels is down, man. Oh, 15 out of 15. Never mind. My bad. So first, I want to start with a demonstration this morning. So, hey, Nick, what's up, buddy? Made it first. Right on, buddy. So I'm going to start with a demonstration. Hey, Steve Running and Docky Hollandaise. What's up, boys? Debbie's here. Hello. Hello. Wow, man. That's good timing, y'all. So yesterday, I was trimming around the house. And I might actually have a thorn in my foot. I can't see it good enough to really know if it's in there. I might have some seeing glasses here on the table that I could put on. But I don't see any. I could probably use my cell phone to get a close look at it. Hey, Mark, welcome back, buddy. Thanks for the apology on Twitter. Yeah, man, I got that. Thank you. So let me just look at this with my magnifier on my phone. Here we go. See if there's an actual thorn in there or not. I might be able to tell here. If I get the lighting right, here we go. So is that a thorn or not? Huh. It might just be a hole. It is hard to tell. It looks like it might be a thorn, though. Yeah, there could still be a thorn in my foot. So what I was going to do was, I was going to try to take it out, and then I was going to try some triage oil on there. But it's hard to tell if there's an actual thorn in there or not. It just might be a hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this triage oil right here. Hey, Lynx. I haven't seen you in forever. Hey, Ryan Webb. So I'm going to take some of this triage oil and just rub it where it hurts on my foot here a little bit. So you can see what I'm doing. Because it's a little sore to walk on, I'm going to see if it helps make the pain go away. Ow. The whole thing hurts. The whole area hurts. I'm assuming that is a thorn in there. It could probably be removed because it's so painful. There doesn't feel like there's anything sticking out of it. Oh, it feels a lot better already. Let me try walking on it now. So I went to a show last night, and I was uncomfortable standing on my foot, even wearing my shoes, because of that little hole, that little tiny hole. And I ended up walking outside. Ice took me to go see Endorphin play last night, and I did not know that Gargamel was playing. And Gargamel is freaking A. The inspiration behind Endorphin, they're amazing. It's kind of like seeing, you're going to see Pearl Jam or Nirvana, and you come to find out the Meat Puppets are opening up for them, and you're like, oh my God, this is fantastic. So, I'm so stoked. Rogie, now probably the same shit, invisible thorn deep in the foot. You think he got a thorn in his foot? I don't know, man. He's definitely more active today and wants to spend more time outside. He's going to the door right now. But I'm just gonna. Hey, Billy, it's nice to see you. Eric, Brian Westman. It's like Primus opening for Tool, right? You know, it's like BB King opening up for Led Zeppelin. You know, anybody who is an influence to a band, and you get to see first, you get to see who influenced them, and then you get to see where they took the music to. You know, and watching Gargamel, not my favorite band, but I love all of them. They're great guys. And the music is really solid and strong. It's just not my cup of tea. But Endorphin took that theme and put more consistent rhythm, more consistent rhythm to the music for me. And it's got that driving thing going on that I just love in heavy music. So they took it a little different direction, man, and that's what I like, man. You take Gargamel and you rein them in a little bit, and that's what I want to hear. Gargamel's crazy; they're all over the place, but they're psychotic. Wait, it's like Jimmy Dore in a room with the polar bear. That's where he got his influence from, a polar bear. Hell yeah, Link Silverhawk. So anyway, I'm really enjoying. Oh, there you are. I'm really enjoying. I just smacked my foot on it. I'm getting all hurt all over the place, man. Every time I move, hurt my toe when I got up just then. So I was in the bar and my foot was hurting and the music was loud where I was standing with Ice. He stands right in front of the band and it was beating on my ears and my back was starting to hurt me from standing for so long. And it's a concrete floor. Yeah, and I don't know how they expect people to stand there on their feet watching shows for 4 hours, 5 hours sometimes, and stand on hard concrete. I mean, how dare these clubs? How dare they? Give us a wooden floor. Give us something flexible. You know, give us something that gives a little bit so our feet don't feel like we're standing on rock, which is exactly what we're doing, poured concrete. You know, so I had to go sit down, you know, and there were barely any seats in the club, which was stupid too. I'm like, why do they have a bunch of bar stools? I didn't want to, everyone had their jacket over a seat and then they weren't using the freaking seat. I wanted to take somebody's jacket and throw it on the floor. I did and take a seat, but I didn't. I walked outside. I could still hear the music, right? So I went outside the first time. I found a place to sit down. Gargamel finished. Big Jim and Frankie were there. And you know, because it's their nephew and son that's performing, and so you know the family's there, and Jimmy said his mom was there. It's funny, and we watched Gargamel. I came back in, and they finished their set, went outside, and those guys were doing dabs out in the car. And at first I did a dab, you know, and I got super high, and then I didn't feel like smoking anymore. They smoked 2 doobies, 5 or 6 guys smoked 2 doobies that were just huge. And we were so obliterated, you know, and they wanted to go out and get more high. And I'm like, let's go outside. And I sat in Iceman's truck. He turned on the heat for me. And I just sat in there while they were all getting high and shit. We went back in and no, I guess it was while Gargamel was still performing. And I went outside again a second time. And I sat down the same place I was before. And I had my hoodie on. And it was cold out last night in Florida. It was freaking cold. It was like 45 degrees outside and humid. So I sat down and I was looking down at the concrete. And there were just a few people standing around. It wasn't a lot. And there were people walking by. And I was just really just watching their shoes. And I watched somebody's shoes go by. I watched somebody else's. And then I saw these boots go by. And they were pointy toe boots. I thought, that's interesting. I didn't even look up at the person, you know. And then as I'm still sitting there, I noticed off to my left about a minute later, those boots came walking back. And they stopped, kind of hesitated, and sat down right next to me. And I looked over and I saw the boots. And I was like, those are the boots I just looked at. And I just kept looking down at the ground. And the guy sat next to me and he looked over at me. He goes, hey, bro, you okay? And I look up. I look over at him and I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Are you? And he goes, yeah, man, I'm great. He's like, just, you know, you looked like you were kind of looking at something. I was watching people's shoes, man. I was watching people's shoes walk by. It's interesting. I don't usually do that, but I was cold and I was looking down and I was just noticing people's shoes, and I said, and let me tell you something. I noticed yours when they walked by, and those are some really nice boots, bro. And he goes, thank you. And I said, where'd you get them at? He goes, actually, man, they're used. He says, I bought them used and I've had them about 5 years. And I go, those are cool. He goes, they're uncomfortable. I go, yeah, with the pointy toes on them. He goes, yeah. I go, mine are uncomfortable too, man. I'm standing in there watching the Gargamel. He goes, oh, yeah? And I go, yeah. And I was like, my feet are killing me. I stepped on a thorn. I was doing some yard maintenance for my mom. And I stepped on a thorn. I started telling him my whole story, He's like, really? So you do yard maintenance for a living? I was like, no. I flew in from I came in from California just to take care of my parents. My dad's not, he's not doing the best, and he's older, and he's kind of, he goes, oh, really? And him, I start talking about that. And we got into it, we got personal. And he started telling me about his life experiences around elderly and stuff like that. Very interesting, very forthcoming with his personal information. And by the way, this guy was like 6'2", graying hair, scruffy, very good looking man, real good, slim, just a good looking guy. And he was tipsy. I could tell he was a little drunky drunk. And I was kind of surprised to see a guy like that out at a club. He was my age, and I figured he was a little older than me, but he was 1 year older. And he just appeared to me the kind of guy that'd be out with a woman, with his wife or whatever. He just struck me as, I don't know what it was. What is the clothes he was wearing or whatever. Because after he told me the boots were he bought them used, I was just kind of like, really? Because you don't strike me as the kind of man that needs to buy somebody else's shoes. It was just that he liked them, and he wanted them. They were cool. They were cool Western pointy-toed boots. So, we kept chatting a little bit. And he says, so what do you do for a living? And I said, I'm retired. I said, I'm in the mini storage business out here. And I said, but I'm a musician and I'm a guitar player and a singer and a podcaster. And as soon as I said podcaster, he went like that. He's like, oh, really? I said, yeah, I went to California and I basically podcast about cannabis and stuff. And I go live 3 times a day. And he didn't even hear me. It's like he was off somewhere thinking about podcasting. I could tell. He didn't hear anything I said. And then he says, yeah, man, I've been looking at podcasting. I'm like, really? Because he's an interesting guy to talk to. And I go, what do you do? And he goes, I've got the #1 radio station Sunday mornings on 104.1 Real Radio. And I've been talking to this guy for 20 minutes, 25 minutes probably. And all of a sudden I find out I'm talking to the #1 radio host Sunday morning, 9 to noon in Orlando. He's #1, #2, and #3. And I'm like, wow. I'm literally talking to like a radio star, man. And I had no idea. He's so down to earth. And he was so cool. And he's so normal and not highfalutin and not full of himself and not stuffy. And just was concerned about me because he just saw some dude with long hair that had a hoodie on that was looking down at the ground. And he sat down next to me and asked me if I was okay. There were plenty of places to sit. Was he Mancow Mueller? No, he's not Mancow Mueller. And it's local radio, bro. I don't know. Maybe you're talking about a national guy. Sundays, 9 to noon. He's got the Sunday Morning Come Down is the name of his show. And I've been listening to it all morning. I was listening to it on iHeartRadio. And you can listen to him too on iHeartRadio. It's a free app. It's 104.1 Orlando if you want to listen to it. He's on right now. He's on for another half hour. So anyway, So, bro, this guy had given me so much information. I'd learned so much. We're talking so much. Did I listen to him this morning? Yeah, bro. My mom and I've been listening. He plays really good music, bro. Dude, he did a cover song of It's Good to See You, Ice, by the way. We had fun last night. Thank you, bro. Thank you for last night, man. It was amazing. He said he's played a song this morning. It was The Sympathy for the Devil, and it was a cover song, another band covering the Stones song. And I was like, this is so, he was playing Elvis, man, songs. He was playing Sunday morning, inspirational church type music, rock and house and blues and all kinds of, and then just normal tunes too. But people are coming out of church on Sunday morning and stuff. It's a perfect demographic. He's got it nailed. He's got his show nailed. I know why he's number one. Oh, Mancow's on 93 in Tampa. No, this is Orlando. Different, totally different demo, bro. Different radio demo. Yo, Pro Dragon, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. So we keep talking, right? And then I turn around, and who the fuck is standing there? Iceman. He'd come out of the show, and he was standing there. Is just kind of, he didn't know who this guy was or what I was talking about. And he's just like, he's kind of like interested. And I go, Ice, this guy's like the number one radio host Sunday mornings on 104.1. And he's like, what? I'm like, dude. I'm like, it's crazy, right? We're having such a nice conversation. So I said, Ice, you should talk to this guy. So Ice sat down. They started talking. We're just talking about copyright infringement problems in podcasting. And I was like, this guy should be podcasting. He's a good-looking guy, and you want to hear what he has to say. You want to just talk to him, because he's interesting and he's friendly and he's inspiring and he's forthcoming and he's just everything you want out of a podcaster. You want to just sit there like this and just listen to the guy talk, which is what Mike and I were doing. You realize, this is what he does. He entertains people for 4 hours every Sunday, right? Well, he doesn't do radio 24/7. And there's no reason he can't do a separate podcast. It doesn't have to be his show. But, dude, what they're doing on YouTube now is they're allowing you to play music on it. He doesn't know that. He thinks it's all restricted and you'll get in trouble and you can't do a podcast and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't think to tell him, hey, man, we've got more leniency now with what's going on. I tried to, but he'd been drinking and there was a lot of noise. And then Gargamel stopped playing and his woman came out of the bar, right? And this upset the whole apple cart. Because she sat down next to him and he got up and walked away after talking to her. They were having a conversation, whatever. And he had something to go do. And he just got up and walked away and left Mike and I standing there with his wife. And so I said to her, she was a little tipsy. And I said, thanks for bringing him out tonight. And she didn't seem too impressed by that statement. And she's like, yeah, he's, he does radio. And I'm like, I know, we were talking about that. It's really cool. And, dude, the conversation from that point just went, boop. And I was like, I think I've had enough of this conversation. Let's walk away. We were done. Endorphin was coming on. But the point of that, what happened was I was talking to her. I mentioned, we'd love to get him podcasting. And she started arguing with me. Well, he does radio and, they can't because of the copyright. And I was like going to try to get into it with her and she wasn't having it. And I'm not out there to argue with anybody. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. So I had to walk away. I'm like, wow, she's just defensive for no reason. I was trying, I explained to him, he told me his story and he's got a friend that's very much like Iceman. Very supportive, always there for him, and kind of pushes him in the right direction, right? And I said, your friend you're telling me about, this is my guy, man. This is Iceman. You've got an Iceman too. And Ice is like, I was like, yeah, you do, bitch. Come over here, man. This is my inspiration. You have no idea. This guy's my rock. Every time I go live, he's on my live podcast. He's looked at Iceman. He's like, really? And Ice is like, yeah, bro, I don't miss a show. It was great, man. And then I sat down where I was sitting. And we talked about copyright stuff. But my whole point out of this is I want to talk to him about podcasting. And I turned him on to Graham Elwood. I emailed him and I said, check out Graham Elwood and watch the movie Earbuds and find out what kind of an effect you could have on your audience if you started podcasting. Because you sitting there introducing the next song is a waste of skin, bro. I mean, I know you're number one. Okay, great. You did it. You're number one. You're the best. Now start meeting your audience. Now start the conversation with them and start showing them all you have to offer, because what he offered me was so inspiring. And I thought, I don't want to hoard this. Everyone should meet this guy. It's just like the woman that runs the company that takes care of my father, Marie. The exact same thing. They're inspiring people, and it's a waste of skin. It's a waste of a human to not be on a podcast and giving what you have to give to millions of people, that they would be there for both her and for him. They would be huge. And I would just love to get them both into podcasting. You know, I don't know. There's a lot of people out there with a lot to offer, man. And you start getting out, you start talking to people, and you can see the windows start opening up to other people, and you realize, yeah, man, this is a genre that has got its arms wide open, and it will always have its arms. And all you got to do is go to work or go to wherever, grab your cell phone and click live, and you're podcasting. It's so simple now. And there's no reason why he shouldn't be doing it. And when he has some free time, he does his shows on Sunday. So maybe on he okay. Talking. There's so many. That's all there is to it. And listen, this guy was the sweetest. He literally sat down to a stranger and just to see if I was doing okay last night. And I was fine. He didn't know I left because I was with endorphin. I was with Gargamel. I was with friends that I hadn't seen in years, and they were entertaining me, and I couldn't have been happier. My foot kind of hurt a little bit, but that wasn't taking me out of that at all. It was just I was looking at people's shoes. That's literally what I was doing. I was looking at people's shoes. Okay, we're back to normal. I saw kick-ass links. I try to keep it entertaining and fresh, but I guess it's not entertaining and fresh enough for you. Guys, you're telling me halfway through you even instead you used to put me on mute, take me with you, hashtag keep it open, hashtag keep it open, hashtag keep it open. It's all I got, man, is the 25 of you. And I need all 25 of you so we can make it 30 again like it was 10 minutes ago. I guess before I said something that pissed off 5 people. The whole screen is black? Audio is choppy? Really? Huh. The whole screen is black? Now it's back to normal. Let me know when it's back to normal, guys, so I know, man. You got to tell me. Keep me informed here. Keep me in the loop, guys. Back now. Are you still doing the triage oil? Karen, how am I going to do triage oil? How? How would I do triage oil? Do I look like I'm still doing triage oil? Have you gone to the website? Have you tried to go to triageoil.com? Yeah, I wouldn't be so pissed at you, Karen, but we've talked about this so many times on the show. We've talked about it so many times on the show. You obviously haven't been here. So, yeah. No, not doing the treat. No, it's all right. It's all right. No, I'm not doing triage oil. And if you go to the website, it's down. And unless I go back to California or I start, saving up enough oil in my little tiny bubbler for the secret ingredient, I'm afraid we're not going to have any more triage oil available. So it's a good thing I taught you all how to make it yourselves, isn't it? Everybody knows how to make it. 3 ingredients. You know what's funny? That man and I spoke for so long, I never even got to tell him about triage oil or anything. You know what offends me? That you choose to not watch the show, Karen. It offends me. That is exactly what I'm talking about right now. I need people here, man. I know you're not here if you think I'm still doing triage oil. I'm putting some more oil, pain oil on this. Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure there is a thorn in my foot. And I'm going to try to, man, it's got to be a real deep thorn. I'm going to have that thing pulled out. Oh, I'm sorry. You want your coffee then? That's why I didn't clear it, because I forgot my coffee. And your cup. I drink out of Mom's cup. I should have brought my own coffee. No, that's a nice cup there for you. I have nice. That's not nice. Yeah, mine is made by a girl down the street in a kiln. And wow. 16 ounces. It looks like a damn caveman thing. We got 2 of them. Well, I have mugs up here that are huge. Look. Yeah, those are white porcelain. This is clay light, beautiful colors. That's nice. Makes it into an event. Yeah. Turn coffee into an event. Yeah, thorn in my foot. What? I got thorn. All these stupid thorny plants in this yard. I got thorn. And I think I'm going to have it pulled out. I think it's still in there. It doesn't feel like it's in there, but it's painful like it is. I just can't feel like when I rub my nail over it, I can't feel anything, but I'm trying to press to see if it pops out because it's not very painful. Where's the dog? He's right here. Where? Here. Oh, really? White beesman, little beezer. White beesman, little beezer. Okay. It's so cute. You did not offend me. You did not offend me. You hurt my feelings, Karen. There's a difference. Karen, you can't process cannabis in the state of Florida, and stop sending me phishing messages. Artie, am I staying in Florida? Yes, I am staying in Florida. What's up, Artie? How's Rogan's leg doing? There you go, Karen. It's a little bit better, but I still have to take him to the vet tomorrow because he's still, it could be dislocated, man. He might just be getting used to it. Sawgrass, firegrass, the plants in Florida are as bad as the animals in Australia. Oh, man. Dude, she's got some of these thorny plants in the front. I don't know what they are. They're flowering. They've got 1-inch spike thorns on them. 1-inch spikes. I was getting, man, my hands. Look at this. Look at this shit. From reaching in to look at the way that thing cut me like a razor. I was seeing thorns stick in me, and I was just like, dude, I was numb from the pain. It was so bad. Are UV lights any good for growing cannabis? UV, ultraviolet? Never heard of that, bro. I've never heard of anybody putting ultraviolet lights on a plant before. Google it and see. I've never heard of that. I don't think that's the right light spectrum. Billy probably knows it. I don't think that's the right light spectrum, bro. Have you soaked your foot in Epsom salt? That's a good idea, huh? Would that make the thorn? Would that make the thorn come out? Or am I in Florida for good? Well, I'm gonna have to go to California to go sell the house and get the hell out of there, which is what I think I'm gonna do. I know it's shocking, right? It's it's a matter of paying state income tax in California, and if I can't keep that home without having to pay state income tax, it's just such a stupid idea for me to do this. It's a stupid idea, man, for me to keep that. I'd be paying the state of California thousands of dollars every year for nothing, so that they can keep doing all the stupid crap they do with their money over there, which is horrible. They're the most mismanaged state in the country. I guarantee it. California. What a joke. You literally, oh God, I can't even start talking about it. I'm going to start screaming. I can't start talking about it. That's progress, right, Mom? I said that's progress, right, Mom? Okay. I listen to me. I love it. If it's the same plant you're thinking of, bro, I'll grab you one of them things and I'll show you the branch with the spikes on it. You won't believe it. And this guy that was working for my mom, oh, Mom, he let that thing grow all over your gutter up into the roof, that plant. He never trimmed it. Those spikes were everywhere, right up against the corner of the garage. Yeah, in the front of the home. And I had to get up there. I had to stand on a brick wall with a 24-inch hedge cutter to reach those vines to get them down. And they all had 1-inch spikes on them. And I was in so much pain doing it. And I just wanted to strangle him for leaving that like that. Oh, God. I'm kind of glad it hurts me because every time I step on this foot, I remember what he did to my mom. UV lights are used in sanitation because they kill. That's right. I forgot about that. They use the UV light in the water system to kill the bacteria in your water. That's right. They do use UV for that. Bacteria that cannabis needs to live. Oh, the bacteria that cannabis needs. Ooh, that's probably not good then. You want that good, healthy bacteria. Ayo, do a huge dab, says Lollipoppy 10. Okay, Lol Pope 10. Give me a second, okay? I am going to do a huge dab. You know why? Because look at all the dabs I have. Oh, that's not dabs. That's triage oil. I actually meant, look at all the dabs I have. This is from Iceman last night. He's so awesome. What a great friend, man. But I can't open this ice. What's up, buddy? What's up, Ice? Ice. I can't open this. What's up, buddy? Dude, what are you? Freaking the Incredible Hulk closed this last night, bro? Here we go. I got it. If you put compost under UV light, it'll sterilize it. Not good. Look at this, guys. Oh, look at what Ice gave me. It looks just like triage oil, too, doesn't it? Very similar. You don't want to smoke triage oil, though. Trust me. Did you know someone told me they did? I think it was one of the guys from Australia. They're like, dude, we gave this to so-and-so and they were trying to dab it. I'm like, what? Well, they thought, I was like, they weren't thinking at all. They thought nothing when they tried to dab topical oil in their lungs. It does look like triage. You guys want to see it side by side? Almost identical. Almost identical. Amazing, right? Oh, you remember that? You remember that when the Canadians said they were freaking trying to? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't confuse the two, Karen. You're going to be in trouble if you try to smoke triage oil. Dude, what would even be funnier if somebody's like, yeah, dude, I've been dabbing triage oil ever since I got it from you, and I've been getting high off it. I'm just like, no, you're not. You are so not getting high off of triage oil. You'd have to be the biggest lightweight. You'd have to have the brain of an ant. Oh, Anthony, he's a big boy. He can speak for himself. Anthony, he's a big boy. He can speak for himself. Ooh, that's a big dab. Anthony, that's a big dab. He can dab for himself. All right, Ice, I told my mom that I couldn't keep up with you guys last night. I could not. Your smoking rate and intensity, you guys are the craziest. You, Frank, and Big Jim. I've never seen people smoke like this in my life. You guys are just smokestacks. I don't know how you do it. It's psychotic. I need a little bit of clarity in my day. You know, I should get you on here to lead the smoke sessions, bro, while I talk and you dab in the background, you know? Don't I own 2 properties in California? Bro, it's a great question, Artie. I sold the one. I had the one that was on a river, and I did really good with that, you know? But now that property is worth 3 times as much. If I held on to it, I would have made a lot more money. I never saw that coming because these people were offering me so much money back then for it. It was like they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. You know what I mean? I'm going to make you an offer you'll never refuse. Okay. I missed this cap. It's somewhere around here. Okay. So I'm going to get back into that. First hit of the day today. It is almost noon, top of the hour, and I have not smoked. I've just been kind of, well, I had a little bit of tax things to do, and I got all my taxes done. Yay! I got all my taxes done today. So excited about that. I got my taxes done, and it only took a second because I was so good. I did all my taxes in California, and I only had one form to send that was already filled out. My father sometimes doesn't swallow his food. It's becoming an issue. You know, you got problems, you know. Okay. I think we're good on this. I need one of those heat guns. I swear I'm gonna start calling them heat guns. This is a joke. Dude, what was that guy's name so I could call him Heat Gun? I want to call him Heat Gun all the time. All right, cheers, guys. No law regarding tasty dabs from Iceman. Holy moly. I'm so high right now. Got the first dab of the day. I haven't smoked since, midnight last night. So it's been 12 hours to the second almost. Cody. His name was Cody. His name was Cody. We called him Heat Gun. That's funny. Dude, that's your name. That's your nickname now. We're going to call you Heat Gun. I think I ended up blocking him, actually. Not too many people like you. I wouldn't say I'm taking care of them. For me, it's just being part of the family, you know. I do my part. I do what I'm good at, what I can do, which is go outside and do hard work. You know, I'm good at firing people. I'm good at getting people to do stuff. You know, I'll do the research. I'll do the labor. And I got people like Iceman that I could get advice from, you know, and shit. You know, I got lots of friends here live in this neighborhood. Things have gotten a lot easier in many ways. There's a lot of pressure's been taken off my mom because just for the silly neighborhood homeowners stuff, you know? And you take that, the homeowners associations are the most traumatizing aspect of just about anybody's life. If you live under a homeowners association, there's nothing worse than having an extra set of parents telling you what you can and can't do, especially when you don't love them, you know? And they don't care about you. All they care about is enforcing their stupid rules. So it can get frustrating as hell for people. And when you walk in there and you say, you know what? I'm going to get in between you and your HOA. You need a rep. So you don't have to listen to it anymore. You don't have to get these stupid freaking letters in the mail threatening you. And as soon as you remove that piece, you can concentrate on more important things, you know? You can focus on things that are really important instead of letting things live in your brain that don't need to be there. And, you know, I'm just the guy for that because it used to be, it was all about this, you know, fighting it. You always want to fight it. And I've learned now, you know, I learned from my mom actually, was you'll get so much further when you're sweet to people. And even though when I come on here and I'm rude and prove it every day, I'm rude and you guys run off. And that's why my show doesn't go huge, because people are like, that guy's rude, man. He's so mean. He says rude, mean things. I understand that. When in real life, man, you need to get things done. You can't be like that, right? I walk into a situation and I let the other party talk and I listen. And I don't say anything until they're done. I don't cut them off. I let them speak. The only time I will cut you off when you're speaking to me is to say, I totally agree with you on that. Go ahead. Which I will do that. I'll let you know that I'm trying to get on your side. You know, and that will encourage you to keep, you know, pontificating because, hey, you're making progress with me, right? Great. Keep it up. Let me hear what else you got. And let me see where I can agree with you. And then when you are all done processing, now let me talk a little bit. And I'm only going to say it in as few words as I possibly can. I'm going to make it as simple and as short as I possibly can and as painless for you as I possibly can. This is where I'm at. I understand where you're at. This is what we need. Can we do this? Yeah, we can. You seem really easy to work with. Great. We're on the same team then. You know, as it turns out, check this out. How crazy is this? There's some psycho woman in this neighborhood. Listen to this, Mom. There's some psycho woman in this neighborhood. And every time my friend Damien would do work for my mom, she would watch him. And if he would do work here or at other homes in the Springs, she'd drive around, look for him. She's crazy, crazy lady. Mrs. Kravitz, right? Mrs. Kravitz, looking out her window. Oh, they're cutting down trees over there. There's branches outside. Oh, they're doing this. They're doing that. Blah, 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 blah. and you think someone like that is your enemy. They're out to get you. They want you to hurt. They want to cost you money. They want to cause you mental anguish. And if you did everything perfect by the book, they'd give you zero attention. They wouldn't care who you are at all. They wouldn't be your friend. You know, they wouldn't say hello to you. No, they just want you to conform and adhere to the letter of the law that they are also forced to. And then you got to think about that. Think about it. Yeah, she seems crazy, right? What about when you're driving your car? Think about it. There's laws, there's rules. You're driving your car down the street. You pull up next to someone at a stoplight. And there's no traffic coming. There's no police around. You're in the middle of nowhere. And you know what? They just roll right through the traffic light. You ever seen that before? You ever seen someone run a red light? For whatever their reason. You like it? While you're sitting there and you got somewhere to be. Well, you're not going to run through that motherfucker for whatever reason. Whether you think you might get caught or you get a guilty conscience about it, whatever the reason, you're not going to do it. You're going to adhere to those laws. Well, guess what, man? You're watching that person, and then all of a sudden, whoop, whoop, and you're like, what do you do? Oh, you celebrate that shit? Oh, they're getting caught. A cop saw that shit, pulled up behind them, and is giving them a ticket. And you're celebrating, aren't you? You don't know who they are. You don't know what their dilemma was. Think about it. It could have been you. You could have had an emergency. It could have been related to a pet, a relative, a friend. You had to get somewhere. And at that moment, what was more important was you getting where you had to go, not adhering to some stupid rule, whatever it was. A little judgmental, maybe. So look at this. I'm in there, and I'm talking to the manager of this neighborhood. And she's telling me that we've got a Mrs. Kravitz. She's being completely forthcoming and honest with me. This woman has reported you guys for so many violations. And this woman, it's because you are a client of this guy that completely, he's like, I'm going to do whatever I want. And screw you. This is the way it should be. And they weren't having it, right? And I saw that and I said, so this woman is kind of helping me. And the manager looks at me and she's like, how's that? And I said, well, you know, my sister and I have been talking about this guy for a long time. We just don't like his work. We don't like his work ethic, and we want to fire him. This woman is my friend. Now, the enemy of my enemy is my fucking friend, and it's Mrs. fucking Kravitz. Looking out her window. She's my buddy. She was right. You know how many code violations I found around this home? Fire hazards. I got shot. I almost got electrocuted, man. Imagine if I was barefoot standing in a puddle when I hit that hot wire. I would have died. Yeah, I would have freaking died because I grabbed a hot wire. I didn't know he left freaking hot wires out in the yard everywhere with, 120 volt going through it. Right? Those are all code violations. And that woman, Mrs. Kravitz, whatever her intentions were, she was really looking out for mine and my mother's best interest. Anybody else on this property that's doing work here. Because that guy was doing shoddy work. And whether that woman realized it or not, she ended up doing me a huge favor. And you know what? I'm grateful because, he might still be here. I might be sitting here while him outside working. And let me tell you, he's great. What he's really good at doing, right, Mom? Isn't he great at looking really, really busy? Oh, he's busy. He's out there working, running around. You know what he's doing? He's yapping. He's just talking to people and he's not doing anything. You see him running around and hauling stuff, but he's not getting anything done because he spends 20 minutes telling you once he's got to pull out his phone and show you a video or show you this deer with the antler. It looks like an elk. He's got all of this crap and he's not working. And, I had a common soldier, someone who was fighting for the exact same thing I needed. I needed this guy gone. She wanted him gone. We wanted the same thing. If she had to do it by reporting on my family, we were getting letters to be sued. Okay. That I didn't appreciate it. I didn't appreciate it. I'm never going to appreciate that my mom was getting threatened to be sued. That was not cool. But you want to know what was cool? The fact that that manager understood everything that this guy had been doing because of Mrs. Kravitz. So when I went to her and I said, let me tell you something, after she was done, I said, you're preaching to the choir. And she went like this, really? And I just told her everything I told you. And then we worked it out. And then the next day, I called her and I said, I fired him. And she's like, you know what Joni says? She says, what? She goes, what? I go, I fired Damien. Fired. And she's like, you could just hear it, And she's like, that's one down, one family down. She's like, so many more to go. She's like, but this is going to help immensely. Hey, man, I've got a damn bank that was falling into the river. We're losing earth into that river. I've got electrical code violations. The electrician's coming out tomorrow. He's going to fix everything. We had a lawn that he claimed was infested with bugs, and there was no way he could bring it back. Billy Ballantyne says, bro, True Green's like the best. I get True Green out here. A guy comes out. Permon. The guy's name is Permon. He comes out. He checks it out. He's like, we're going to have you good in like 3 treatments. He's like, your grass is going to start greening up. He says, we'll have it back to 90% in a month. What? 90% green. Where right now it is in the backyard's the worst. The backyard is maybe 60% green, and it's brown and dead. Where it's not green, it's brown and dead. He claimed it was chinch bugs. Permon went back there and said, there's no chinch bugs in your grass. He's like, this stuff is malnourished. We're gonna put in nitrogen. And I think he said another thing, iron or some crazy thing. And he said they do it all in one application. They put in the fertilizer, any bug treatment that they need to do, which he felt like there was nothing, no bugs anywhere. And fertilize the shrubs. Everything's cut back. Except for where the flowers and the buds were, Billy. You got plugs failing. I don't know how to work on the busy magic, though. On the buzzy magic. I don't know what you're talking about when you say plugs. That happened to me. I saw that shit and I was like, damn, keep going, man. Lol. Doc Hon Daisy, what happened to you? They don't believe in signal. I was like, damn, keep going, man. You don't believe in signal lights? They don't believe in signal lights? Shit. So sometimes you have to just take a couple steps back. Hey, Manueli, take a couple steps back and reassess how you perceive people to be. You might think someone is your enemy when you're working together. It might look that way. But let's take a toke, says Manueli. You're a bad influence. You're a bad influence. Yeah, I smoked a dab and I'm good for the whole day. I smoked one dab and I'm good. But you're going to push me into a bong rip, bro? This dab is just so old. Let me tell you something. Iceman's dabs are so ultra potent. I can only smoke half a dab of Iceman's dabs. I got to wait at least 6-7 days before I come back and smoke the other super ultra potent dab of Iceman's dabs. They are so ultra super potent. However, I've got this bong sitting here. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. I was watching Nate's Garden this morning, and he got me inspired to smoke a little bit of cannabis flower. Now, let me tell you about the interdimensional shape-shifting reptilian aliens that are literally sucking the thoughts out of your brains as you speak. Right now, as we sit here, I'm telling you it is going on. There is no denying this activity. They're literally sucking the thoughts out of your brain, man. And I'm here to tell you, I'm witnessing it on a first-person basis. First-person basis. We've got this camera here. We're going to turn it around, aim it up here, and then we're going to turn the camera on this time. Yesterday, I had snorted only half of super male vitality. I only snorted half a line of ultra potent super male vitality yesterday. And let me tell you something. I was completely, totally rocking ready for my day. I was ready to rock, if you understand what I mean. Super ready, pointed in the right direction. When I snort only half a line of ultra potent super male vitality, I am a projectile in motion. I am a torpedo of tantamount truth. The truths that you will only find from me at Infowars.com, prisonplanet.com. You're going to want to check out our plans. Well, let me tell you about our water filtration. Now, we've got the finest water filtration you're ever going to find anywhere on the internet. I have sampled, and I have literally, personally, attempted to drink from every single water filtration system that is out there. And our water filtration systems are absolutely the purest and the finest water filtration you're going to find anywhere on the... Hey, everybody, Phil Swift here from Fleckfield and the entire Fleckfield family of products. Well, Phil Swift comes in with his advertising every once in a while. That's a sponsor of the Prison Planet, of course. He will only snort half a line of ultra potent super male vitality, though. When Phil is going live and he's doing his thing, he's got it going on, let me tell you. Got a bong rip packed. Geez, you guys are way ahead of me. I've got these gorgeous buds here. I mean, it's unbelievable that I've got this here. It's just, man, it's like a dream. I have all this beautiful flower. I can't believe this. So, when I snort only half a line of ultra potent super male vitality, let me tell you, I'm ultra focused and I'm ready to renovate the bathroom. I'm in there, I'm renovating it, and I am making it look beautiful and gorgeous like I like to do. I'm very good at doing that. We're using some granite countertops this morning, and I had 2 crews in there. One of them was installing the boudoir next to the bathroom. We've put one over there. We've also got we've got a small gazebo as well as off the boudoir. Understand. When we speak this language, you understand this is how the interdimensional shape-shifting reptilian aliens communicate when they're sucking the thoughts out of your brain. Literally. This is the language of these aliens. And I'm here to tell you about our iodine as well. I've gone down in the submersible. I have monitored the entire operation. Okay? And I call it my little yellow submarine. I go down there and I have literally personally watched the entire operation. Now, I've always got my mirror set up inside my little yellow submarine so I can snort only half a line. I will chop up only half a line of super male vitality because it is so ultra potent when I'm down there in the submarine, in the submersible. Now I'm barking commands, over the PA system. They all can hear me inside their little scuba gear. They're mining the finest iodine that you will ever find. And let me tell you how potent our iodine is. I've literally been set in the center of the test module for a nuclear explosion. They set me in the middle of it. X marks the spot. I sat in the chair. We've detonated. There I was. The super male vitality. Oh, he's crying to go outside. Give me 1 second, guys. You're crying to go outside, please? Me and you with the hurt feet, right? Both of us. Both of you. Hurt? Okay, false alarm it was. Come on, bees. Come on. Come on, bees.
Come on, honey, finish eating, please.
Bees, come on. Good. Oh. Come on. Come on, Rogan. There you go.
Oh, come on, honey. Chew your food, babe. Chew it up, honey. Come on. You love that sandwich. Why aren't you eating it? Right.
Okay, so it was a false alarm, but we do have the bong rip ready to go. So whoever said
Chew it up.
they wanted me to smoke, those poor orderlies, you got to be freaking them out. Orderlies? Freaking them out? How am I freaking anybody out? All right. Cheers, guys. Burn out, 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 burn, 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 na 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 bum 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 ba na 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 ba na 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 bum 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 ba na 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 ba na 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 bum bum na 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 ba na 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 na. Bump, 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 bump. You guys know what I mean? Does anybody out there know what I mean? That's so irresponsible. I hope this guy doesn't do it to someone else. Look, he's just the problem with Damien is his heart's in the right place. It really is. But he's a survivalist. So he does things to survive because he's been doing drugs and stuff. And he kind of his skill, to keep his life just so he can, keep that balance of being a crackhead, and getting paid and surviving. Bro, his lawnmower is still here, and I don't know what to do about it. Giant freaking riding mower, bro. It's a tractor mower, basically. I think it's a ride behind where you stand up on it in the back, and it drives around. I think I don't know. It's a big red freaking giant mower right over here on the side of the house. It's broken down. He says it needs a part. And there's a ladder on the side of the home. There's a bunch of plastic and buckets on top of the mower. Like plastic sheeting, like he was trying to use it to cover it up, but the wind kind of blew it off somewhat. What do you guys think? Look, let me refresh the chat. You guys tell me what you think I should do. Who's going to be the first one to respond right here? Where's Iceman at? What happened to Iceman? Bro, I'm looking at what I did with the hedges outside. Check this out. Where's the other camera set at? Yeah, you might just be able to see it here. Look. Okay, no, you can't. But watch this. I'm going to show you the angle of these hedges. Look at those hedges, man. I'm proud of that shit. I'm looking out at them and they're perfectly cut. I did such a good job on that. Isn't that cool? I should move over here, huh? That song is called Rot. We should listen to that right now. Rot by Endorphin on YouTube. They got it all wrong. Fucking idiots. Right. Listen to this song. We lost Iceman and I'm sad. Give me a sign to fly. Close your eyes of mine. Tell me this time. The metal. We're listening to the metal. This is the band that Iceman and I went to go see last night. They also played with a band called Ignid and another band called Gargamel. They're all great. This was recorded in my recording studio. In my home, in this neighborhood. Another part of this neighborhood where I used to live. Cut and Dry. You should hear when it's loud. I don't want to turn it up too loud. Pretty cool bomb rip. Cheers. Hey, no law regarding endorsement. Oh, listen to this right here. It's great. This is where I started singing. Love it. Damn. Love that song.
9:02 p.m.
Hey, you big fat motherfucker. I'm gonna come down there and fucking talk to you pretty soon. You wanna post that shit? Go right ahead, you fat block, you fucking cocksucker. I hope you fucking die, you big fat piece of shit motherfucker. You're lucky somebody don't come down there and break your fucking fat head off, you cocksucker.
End of message. Message.
EORPHINE 12 LBS enter. That's rot. I want to hear 12 pounds. What? There's a surprise at the end of this song.
12-pound heart and I don't care. Read my message and rewind. Feed me food through a tube. There, crawl to cracks in the dim light.
Yo, Hutch, what's up? What? What about Bill Koch?
Is he there?
Watching my show?
Would you tell him that the TV in the office is not working and I tried rebooting it and it doesn't want to work?
Bill Koch does not watch my show.
Oh, I thought you said he was watching the show. Okay, never mind.
No, I may have said Iceman was.
Okay, I misunderstood.
All right. Lori was watching yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This is the band we went and watched last night.
Yeah.
They're the guys that we recorded in my studio. Oh, here's Harles. Here comes Harles, man. Harles is laying it down. Here comes Harles. Enter the Harley. He's such hard to get. If he knows you want to see him, he's just like, look at him walking away. He's a prude bitch. You are a prude bitch. Harles, what's up, buddy? Here's water. Him and Rogan share the same water dish.
Come here, baby.
Go like this with your finger, like you're on the floor, like that.
No, he's not going to come to me.
And then, because that means you're gonna very gently pat him right here. Now, here, watch this.
I don't have anything for lunch for you. I don't know what to feed you.
Here, do that with my hand. Don't clap your hands. Tell me what to do.
Hi, baby. Hi. Hi, sweet boy. Hello. Hello, pretty. Hello, pretty.
This generally means he wants to go outside, or he wants to be fed. I think he's fed, so he probably wants to go outside.
I don't want him going outside.
I know you don't want him going outside, but he's an outside.
But then he doesn't come back, and I don't like it. I don't want you to go outside. I want you to stay in the house.
It's like they opened the door for me at 2 a.m, or what was it, 5 a.m?
It was 2 o'clock in the morning. Thank you very much.
Okay, then it was before Mike and I. It was before Mike and I got here. Why didn't he come in when I got home? Mike and I were late. The band ended at 2 a.m. Can you believe that? I think they went over 2 a.m. actually, because Gargamel went long and kind of screwed him over. And that's sad when another band does that, especially when Endorphin swapped the slot with them to be nice, Mom. And then they went long. They played overtime and made them, they weren't able to do all their songs, you know? And it's just, you know. What? Hair?
Judy.
You got cat shit on your hand?
No, honey, he's messing up.
He's what? He's generally pretty clean. What's he got on him? Where were you petting him? She's gone. I don't know what happened. She's like, ooh. He went in the bedroom. Think she had a problem with the cat? Mom, what happened?
He was dirty back there.
Why are you touching his butt? Don't touch his butt.
Well, it needs to be cleaned off.
He's got that long hair.
He's gonna rub it on something.
He'll go outside and he'll clean it off, I bet.
Well, where is he?
He went in my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
He's probably just sitting right there inside the room.
That's all right.
Is it really messy right there?
Well, I got on my hand,
Oof.
so.
Generally not like that.
I don't want him rubbing it on the carpet.
Oh, yeah.
Just wipe it off with some toilet paper.
What's that?
Wipe it off with some toilet paper. I don't like him being an outside cat.
Oh,
See, now he's not going, see?
so you don't want to go outside?
He's gonna rub it on something then.
Open the door, please. Outside. There you go. I know, he'll let me give him back. He doesn't mind at all.
Well, it's just-
I'll spray him down with the garden hose. I bet you he'd like it. All right, Carlos needs a little bathy bath. He does. He's never been like that before. So he's all messed up. I'm going to go take care of him. You guys take care.
No, he's coming back in.
Oh, no, he ain't coming back in this house.
Oh.
Not till I clean him. I'm going to go out there with the garden hose and clean him. So
All right. Oh, it's cold, though.
I know, fine.
Can't you
All right, we're going to do.
stand it?
All right, you guys take care. Love you, y'all. I'll see you on the next upload. How long did we go live for? I try to fit it an hour. Love you. Next show, you know how to find.